Hey everybody, it is Mike. I am going to start doing some franchise reviews. I've seen some of my friends here on YouTube doing them, and I kind of want to try to do some reviews on some of the franchises that I own. My main problem with franchises, the majority of them, with the exception of maybe Halloween and Friday the 13th, I usually like the first couple, maybe three and four even, but then they usually end up doing something stupid somewhere through them that makes me just completely turn off of the franchise watching any of the others. So hoping that this will give me a reason to watch my franchises and try to give some of them a second chance. So all right, so this particular franchise is the Children of the Corn franchise. This first movie actually was released when I was young, pretty young, and I was living in a little town of 400, New Douglas, Illinois, which was completely surrounded by cornfields. So this movie flipped me out when I first saw it. I didn't see it when it first came out, but I did eventually get to see it. And yeah, this a pretty effective movie. It is not the goriest, bloodiest, scariest as far as jump scares and things, but it is a pretty creepy little movie. I just rewatched it after several years, and I forgot how much I actually enjoyed this movie. So we have Peter Horton and Linda Hamilton as our main couple, and then we have some of the other characters. The little girl is Sarah, and Joby is the little boy. And then we have Malachi and Isaac and all the other crazies. So, premise of the story. Apparently, Isaac has these powers given to him by the Lord, and he is following all the rules of he who hides behind the rose. So we start out with a beautiful Sunday, people coming out of church looking all nice. A father and son, Joby and his dad, go to the restaurant like they do every Sunday. Mom and Sarah are at home because Sarah is so sick. So they're in the restaurant. Joby's enjoying his Sunday shake, and he notices Malachi is in the restaurant, and then he sees Isaac at the window, and he's noticing the kids are locking the doors and weird things are going on. And pretty soon, all the people, all the adults in the restaurant are killed. It's either poisoned with something in their coffee, or they are sliced and diced by Malachi and the other kids. So yeah, not a great way to spend your Sunday, but there you have it. So then we fast forward to our couple. I can remember Linda's name is Vicky, but for some reason Peter Horton's name, character is slipping my mind. But they are driving through Nebraska, another corn-infested state, and they inadvertently run over a boy. Now, this boy had been running through the fields. He was trying to escape from this cornfield, but he didn't make it. He got his throat slit and walks out into the road and is promptly run over by Peter and Linda. They try to get help somehow by going to, they're trying to get to a town. They stop at a gas station. This old guy said, I got no gas, I got no maps, I got no phone, go to this other town. So they try to go to this other town, but the signs keep changing on them, so they end up in that little Bible town. Yeah, what is the name of the town? Gatlin. So yeah, they're trying to figure out how the heck to get to the other town, but they have no luck. So they go into Gatlin, and of course there's nobody there because the kids have killed all the adults, and the kids all hang out in the cornfields. But they do find Sarah in one of the houses. I don't know why they chose this particular house, but they did. And so she's kind of scared at first, and Peter Horton says, I'm going to go down to City Hall, try to find a phone. He leaves, and she stays with Sarah, and then the kids start coming in. And in the meantime, we meet Malachi and Isaac and the crazies, and they have to have the blood of the Outlanders, is what they call the adults. They have this little spot in the cornfield where they sacrifice people to he who hides behind the rose. There's a cop that's been dead quite a while. They call him the Blue Man. So yeah, they go after Peter and Linda. They catch Linda. Peter gets away. And eventually you learn more about the kids. So Peter goes into this church, and there's this boy who's turned, I guess he turned to 18 or maybe 19, and that is when you can't live anymore, basically. You sacrifice yourself to he who hides behind the rose. So they're doing this little ceremony, and they're cutting a 6-point star in his chest, and he's bleeding into this cup corn, or corn cup. And this girl's going to drink it, and Peter runs in and he goes, "Y'all are crazy." And so then, there's a bit of a fight. Peter takes off. The little boy helps him hide. And then eventually they get out to the field where Linda was taken back to. She was hanging on the corn, or on a cross for a while out in the cornfield, but they brought her down to lure Peter's character back out so they could get him. And during the meantime, Malachi, who was number 2 in charge, ugly redheaded guy. Woof. I hope he grew up handsome, because he was scurry. And then we have Isaac, who's like the chief, and he's like 4 foot tall, and he has this voice that goes right through you. So Malachi's like, "Yeah, we're done listening to you, you little toad." And they put him up on the cross. They have the ceremony at night. Linda's there. Peter's hanging out in the cornfield to save her. The boy who turned 19 walks out into the field. Then the field has this, it looks like a big mole coming towards the kid under the grass, sort of like Tremors. You remember Tremors? That's what I thought. And so I guess he gets killed, and then Isaac is up on the cross screeching and hooting and hollering, saying, "I did everything you asked me to." And he ends up getting killed by this it was technical back then, but it just looked like, like a video game thing crawling up him. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the cross he's on shoots out into the field. Bummer. Well, this gives Peter a chance to save Linda. He gets in a big old fight with Malachi. He tells these kids, "What is wrong with you? Do you really think our religion would tell you that you should kill your parents? Y'all are crazy. Leave this little prophet to himself, and your religion is fake. Fight, fight, fight." Malachi's pissed, tries to kill him. Peter kicks his booty, takes off to head out to the barn, and then all of a sudden, little Isaac comes back with a really bad hairdo, a couple little scratches on his face. It was a little bit hysterical. And he said he wants you too, Malachi. He wants you too. He then proceeds to snap Malachi's neck. Bummer. So then all the kids and everybody, they're running to the barn. They all get in the barn, and he who is behind the rose is pissed. He is coming after him. He's blowing boards off the barn windows, and yeah, he is a mad motherfucker. So he eventually, they figure out that there was a Bible verse, and that's what the Blue Man was trying to do before Malachi got in his way, and then the blue guy got killed. And yeah, there's fires and explosions and screaming demons, and yeah, so it ends on kind of a sweet note. I mean, Peter and Linda decide to take Sarah and Joby with them, and then you have that last little scare, which I won't tell you. It's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, I love this movie. Makes me happy. I know horror movies shouldn't make you happy, but this one makes me happy. Just brings back a lot of fun memories. I really like this movie. I will give this movie an A-, and yes, it will stay on the shelf. All right, guys. I will be doing Children of the Corn 2 sometime this week. Thanks, and have a good one.